From creeps jumping straight on cars to strange rituals being performed on roadsides. These dash cams recording will shock you to your core.
Oh my God!
So tag along to see how a single wrong turn led drivers to sights they were never meant to see.
Come on, go, 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 go!
Oh shit! He's running after us! Hit it! Hit that bitch!
A group of friends was driving down a deserted road when their headlights revealed a clown standing in the middle of the street, gripping a metal rod. Before they could react, the clown charged at them. The driver pressed down on the accelerator, swerving past, but the clown swung the rod, hitting their car.
He's on the phone!
They sped away, too scared to look back. Who was behind the mask? A prankster or something far more dangerous? They never dared to return and find out. Unknown figure.
My brother said he just saw a clown somewhere in my apartment.
Julian Cortez didn't believe his little brother when he claimed a clown was wandering their apartment complex, but curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to check for himself. As they drove toward the parking lot exit, their headlights revealed an eerie figure standing under a streetlight. Dressed as a clown, the figure slowly started walking toward their car. Julian's little brother panicked, yelling for him to leave immediately. Even after they got home, neither of them could shake the feeling that someone or something was still watching.
He's right there! Go! Run!
Clown versus police. A late-night drive on a lonely dirt road is unsettling enough, but add a clown into the mix, and it becomes a true nightmare. The men in the car started recording as they spotted a clown approaching their vehicle. They shouted at it, but instead of backing away,
Tu fais quoi là?
Oh, gamin, rentre chez toi!
Allez là!
the clown walked off the road and retrieved something from the field. Moments later, it returned, gripping a chainsaw. Panic set in as the engine roared to life, the driver desperately trying to get away. No one wanted to find out what would happen if they stayed.
Putain, il est malade, quoi, les gens.
Wrong opponent. Driving through a deserted area at night is unsettling enough, but things took a bizarre turn for this group. As they made their way down the empty road, a clown suddenly appeared out of nowhere, stepping in front of their car. Instead of screaming or panicking, the group remained completely unfazed, showing no reaction at all. The clown, expecting fear, hesitated. Realizing he had picked the wrong targets, he turned and ran away. This time, the one trying to scare others ended up being the one terrified. Unusual activity. Driving alone at night is eerie enough, but this was something else. A tourist heading toward Texas spotted a man in a clown mask digging in the middle of the road. As soon as the masked man noticed the driver watching, he made strange, exaggerated jumps and disappeared into the woods. What was he doing? No one could say for sure, but it didn't seem like a one-man job. The driver didn't take any chances. Stopping wasn't an option. He pressed the gas and left that bizarre sight behind.
Oh my God!
What the fuck?
Scary encounter. A group of friends was driving home late at night when they decided to take a shortcut through the woods. As they drove, they noticed a group of figures standing near the road. These people were dressed in long brown robes with white masks, their faces hidden. What made it even stranger was that they didn't react at all. Curious, they parked their car quietly and returned to watch from a distance. The robed figures were now gathered around a fire, chanting strange words. It was clear they were performing some kind of ritual. Fear took over, and without a second thought, the friends ran back to their car. Roadside horror.
No way.
Dude, get out of here. Go.
Back.
An explorer was driving through a deserted road toward an abandoned town in Peru when something unusual caught his eye. In the distance, a clown was walking along the roadside, heading in the same direction. Thinking the man might need help, the explorer considered stopping to offer a ride. But before he could, the clown suddenly turned and walked toward the open fields. Brushing it off, the explorer kept driving until the clown came sprinting out of the fields, running straight toward his car. Without wasting a second, he hit the gas and sped away. What was that all about? No one knows. But encountering something like this before even reaching the abandoned town, that's enough to make anyone rethink their journey.
Oh my God. What the?
Woods encounter.
Okay, what do I do?
A group of friends was heading to the woods for a camping trip when something unexpected happened. A clown suddenly stepped out from the trees. He was holding a stick and blocked their path. Before they could react, he began to use the stick on the car.
I honestly don't know what the fuck to do right now.
Dude.
Concerned for the weird clown, they accelerated slowly, but the clown showed no mercy towards them and came from behind. Fortunately, the group was able to speed away this time and didn't wait to see the cause behind the strange act.
Dude, he's coming back. Dude, go!
Scary clown. Late at night, a driver found himself in an eerie situation when his headlights revealed a masked clown standing in the middle of the road. The figure held a sign that read "Free Hugs," but nothing about it felt welcoming. As the driver slowed down, the clown began moving toward the car step by step. Something was definitely wrong. Instead of taking any risks, the driver quickly put the car in reverse and sped away. Whatever this was, it was far from normal. Fearless encounter. A guy was traveling late at night when his car suddenly broke down. As he sat there thinking, a clown emerged from the woods, slowly walking toward the car. Anyone else might have freaked out, but this guy was built differently. Without hesitation, he grabbed a stick he always kept in his car, stepped out, and faced the clown head on. The masked figure stopped, clearly not expecting this reaction. Within seconds, the clown turned and walked back into the woods. Looks like he messed with the wrong person. Strange gathering. A hiker was exploring a quiet hillside when something unusual caught his eye. A group of people stood in a circle, all dressed in white. In the center, two figures, one in blue and the other in pink. It seemed like both were a young boy and a girl who were forced to join them. The hiker watched from a distance, unsure of what was happening. There were no loud chants, no sudden movements, just an eerie silence. It felt like a ritual or a secret gathering. Not wanting to disturb them, the hiker slowly backed away, leaving the mystery unsolved. Mysterious group. What started as a routine drive turned into a nightmare for one truck driver. Dashcam footage captured the exact moment an ambush took place on a highway. Several individuals had placed tree branches on the road, forcing vehicles to stop. As the truck slowed down, people jumped over the guardrail, hurling rocks, sticks, and even concrete at the vehicle. The driver, fearing for his life, pushed through the roadblock, but suffered multiple injuries from shattered glass. Sometimes, the biggest danger on the road isn't an accident, but the people waiting in the shadows. Lost at wrong place. A group of friends in Iraq found themselves stranded in a deserted area, completely lost in the middle of the night. But that wasn't the worst part. Out of nowhere, a clown stepped into the middle of the road, holding a massive chainsaw. Moving slowly toward them, the eerie figure terrified them. Panic took over as they realized this was no prank. Without wasting a second, they threw the car into reverse and sped away, refusing to take any chances. They got away just in time. Some roads lead to something far worse than getting lost. Creepy women. While patrolling a deserted area, a Saudi policeman noticed a woman in white standing in the darkness. As he approached, she started making eerie noises and and moved in an unnatural, disturbing way. The atmosphere grew tense as she kept coming closer, her behavior unlike anything normal. Despite his attempts to stay calm, the unsettling sight was too much. Realizing something was very wrong, he got afraid and decided not to take any chances and quickly left the area, never looking back. What he witnessed that night remains a mystery. Mysterious figure. A man was driving late at night when his dashcam captured something eerie, a white figure crossing the road. The video was later shared online, causing debate. Some viewers claimed the area was known for unusual activities, while others believed it could have been someone performing a ritual. The figure moved unnaturally, adding to the mystery. No one could confirm what it really was, but one thing was certain: the driver had no intention of stopping to find out. Clown's bad day. A late-night patrol took an unexpected turn when officers encountered two masked figures dressed as clowns. Caught on dashcam, the eerie duo slowly approached, their unsettling costumes making the scene even more disturbing. The officer immediately ordered them to stop, unsure of their intentions. The video, later shared online, left people divided. Some believed it was a prank, while others feared something more sinister. Whatever their plan was, it ended quickly when law enforcement stepped in.
Why don't you guys come up to this barrier right here?
Wrong shortcut. A man taking a shortcut through a dark alley quickly regretted his decision. At the other end, a group of people in red robes walked in perfect unison, each holding a glowing candle. Their faces were hidden beneath hoods, and the only sound was their synchronized footsteps. The man stopped, unsure if he should turn back. Before he could decide, one of the figures turned its head toward him. No words were spoken, but the message was clear. He wasn't supposed to be there. He backed away and ran without looking back. Who were they? What ritual were they performing? Was never found out, but he never walked that route again. Unexpected caught. A group of YouTubers in Indonesia decided to test their new drone in a remote mountain area where no one usually goes. As they scanned the landscape, the drone captured something eerie. Below, a large pentagram was drawn on the ground, with a person standing at its center. 3 figures, dressed in white, stood around it, as if part of a ritual. The scene looked like something straight out of a horror movie. Shocked by what they saw, the YouTubers quickly saved the footage. Was this a real satanic ritual, or something else entirely? Scary cult. A man obsessed with researching satanic rituals decided to go undercover. He wore the same robes as the group, hiding a small camera on his body. His friends watched the live feed as he walked among the hooded figures, who were chanting in the eerie glow of torches. He moved carefully, blending in, trying not to draw attention. Suddenly, the camera feed glitched. The screen went black. His friends panicked, but he never responded. Hours passed. Days turned into weeks. No one ever saw him again. Authorities found no traces of him or the cult. Where did he go? Did they discover his secret? No one knows. But that night, he walked into darkness and never returned. Mystery of CERN. A strange video surfaced from CERN showing hooded figures in black robes gathering near the famous Shiva statue at night. In the footage, they surrounded a woman dressed in white, performing what looked like a ritual. The scene turned disturbing when one of them appeared to stab her, causing the person filming to react in shock before the video ended abruptly. CERN later claimed it was a prank by staff or visiting scientists, but many weren't convinced. The organization launched an internal investigation, yet no clear answers were given. The mystery remains, leaving many questions unanswered about what really happens behind CERN's closed doors.
Fuck! Shit!
Masked threat. Driving home late at night, a man noticed something strange, a masked figure stepping into the middle of the road, signaling him to stop. Something felt off, so he slowed down, but didn't stop. Within seconds, his instincts proved right. The masked man suddenly rushed toward the car, likely trying to rob him. Without wasting a moment, he hit the accelerator and sped past, leaving the figure behind. That night, he learned a valuable lesson: never stop for strangers on an empty road. Abandoned town. Exploring abandoned places at night might sound thrilling, but sometimes it's a mistake you only make once. A group of friends was on a road trip when they decided to stop in an abandoned town for a quick break. As one of them tried to park the car, something unexpected happened. A terrifying clown suddenly rushed out of nowhere and jumped onto the hood. Panic took over as they accelerated, twisting the wheel to shake it off. The clown fell, but they didn't dare stop to look back. They escaped the town as fast as possible and never even considered returning. Lucky escape. A man in Mexico, exploring the woods late at night, stumbled upon an abandoned house. Strange noises came from inside, but instead of leaving, curiosity pulled him closer. Stepping inside, he cautiously climbed the stairs, only to witness something terrifying. In a dimly lit room, people in eerie masks were performing a disturbing ritual. He barely had time to react before they suddenly turned, as if sensing his presence. Fear took over, and he ran as fast as he could, escaping into the night. Luckily, he made it out safely, but the mystery of that house still haunts him. Who were they? What were they doing? He never returned to find out, and maybe that was for the best.
Meu Deus do céu, são três.
Satanic activity.
All within the grove, be reverent, be forgiven.
A traveler was passing by an abandoned town when something strange caught his eye. Unusual lights flickering in the distance. Curious, he decided to take a closer look. As he approached, the sight before him felt unreal. A group of people stood in a circle, dressed in dark gowns, while one man, draped in white, appeared to be leading them. His voice echoed through the night as if calling upon something beyond this world. The traveler watched from a safe distance before quietly slipping away. Whatever was happening there, he knew he wanted no part of it. Strange man.
Facing during the decline in the U.S. economy.
After parking his car, the driver noticed a strange man staring at him. Before he could react, the man walked up to his window and muttered something in an eerie tone. The words made no sense, but the way he spoke made the driver deeply uncomfortable. Without waiting for a response, the stranger turned and walked away as if nothing had happened. The driver sat there, confused and uneasy, wondering what he had just experienced.
You're so creepy. Where'd you get it?
Trap escaped.
Get in here! What the fuck? Go.
Two friends were on their way to visit a classmate when they passed through a deserted road. Curious about the area, they started observing their surroundings. Suddenly, one of them claimed he saw something strange in the fields. His friend warned him to ignore, saying the place didn't feel right, but he insisted on checking. As he stepped into the field, his friend in the car noticed something terrifying. A masked man was running toward them from behind. Panicked, he shouted for his friend to hurry back. Without wasting a second, he ran to the car, jumped in, and they sped away. No doubt this was a setup, most likely for a robbery.
Oh my god! Go!
Haunted road. A well-known haunted road in India has been the site of eerie encounters for years, but one local decided to face the unknown head-on. Determined to document anything unusual, he installed a dash cam and set out on a late-night drive. At first, everything seemed normal, just an empty road cutting through the darkness. Then something strange appeared in his headlights. A figure dressed in red was walking alone in the middle of the road, something no normal person would do at that hour. Even more unsettling, its face was completely covered by a bizarre mask. The driver, stunned by the sight, kept recording. Was this some kind of trap? A spirit? Or something beyond explanation? Whatever it was, he wasn't staying to find out. Shortcut went wrong. These friends chose a shortcut through the woods, unaware of what awaited them ahead. They were enjoying music, thinking it was just another drive. Everything seemed fine until they spotted something standing in the middle of the road. Curious, one of them stepped out to take a closer look. The moment he realized what it was, a sense of dread hit him. It was a clown, standing still, watching him. Without wasting a second, he rushed back to the car. That's when the clown suddenly started running toward them. Without looking back, they sped off and escaped. Scary pursuit. A family was driving peacefully when another car suddenly overtook them and blocked the road. Confused, they watched as a strange figure stepped out, wearing a rabbit mask and holding a chainsaw. Before they could react, another figure appeared, a terrifying clown in an orange jumpsuit, pressing a creepy puppet against their car window. The child in the back seat got scared as the eerie figures got closer. Wasting no time, the driver quickly reversed and took off, leaving whatever nightmare was unfolding behind them. Psycho clown. What was supposed to be a normal drive turned into something out of a horror movie. Jake was driving when he noticed a figure standing by the road, hitchhiking. As he got closer, he realized it wasn't just anyone, it was a clown. The clown stood still, watching him. Then, without warning, it lunged at his car, slamming its hands on the hood. Jake didn't wait to see what would happen next. He floored the gas and sped off, but the clown wasn't done. It ran after his car for a while before finally stopping. When Jake reviewed his dashcam footage later, he saw just how aggressive the clown had been. Had he stopped, the outcome could have been much worse. Creepy women. A man was driving along a dark back road around 1:50 a.m. when something unusual caught his eye. At first, it looked like a shadow, but as he got closer, he realized it was a tall woman, unnaturally tall, over 2 meters. She wore a flowing white dress, her pale face barely visible in the darkness. Then she turned and stared directly at his car. No normal woman would be standing there alone in such a state. Something was wrong, something he had no desire to understand. That road had always been quiet, but that night, something was waiting. Clown mystery. A man was waiting at a signal when his dashcam recorded something truly disturbing. As a car passed in front of him, he noticed nothing unusual at first. But later, when he reviewed the footage, he got shocked. There was a terrifying clown sitting in the back seat of the passing car. Shocked, he shared the footage online, and theories began to spread. Some believed the clown had sneaked in without the driver knowing, while others suspected something even stranger: hypnosis. Whatever the truth was, one thing was clear: no one would ever want to be in that driver's seat. Clown's worst nightmare. A small town in Dallas, Texas, was haunted by creepy clown sightings, leaving late-night travelers terrified. Two friends decided to put an end to the fear. At first, their drive was peaceful until a clown appeared in the middle of the road, holding balloons and slowly moving toward them. What the clown didn't know was that he had messed with the wrong people. One of the guys grabbed a baseball bat, stepped out of the car, and swung it straight at the clown's legs. Panicked, the clown dropped the balloons and ran for his life. After that, the sightings mysteriously stopped. Half-Man mystery. A late-night drive took a horrifying turn for a truck driver crossing a bridge. As his headlights cut through the darkness, his dashcam captured something impossible: an upper torso of a man leaning out from the side. No legs, no lower body, just the top half of a man hanging in midair. The driver slammed on the brakes. Pulling over, he tried to process what he had just witnessed. Checking the mirrors, There was nothing there. Whether it was a trick of the light or something far worse, he knew one thing. This was a road he never wanted to take again. Nightmare on Road. A man was driving home late at night when his headlights caught someone stepping into the road. The figure wore a clown mask and stood motionless for a moment before suddenly waving and sprinting toward the car. Panic set in as the driver threw the car into reverse. The masked figure kept coming, closing the distance fast. Without hesitation, he spun the wheel, sped off, and never looked back. Whatever that was, he wanted no part of it. Scary ritual. Monte Rio, California, has its share of strange stories, but one tourist didn't believe them until he saw it himself. While camping in the woods, he woke up to strange noises. That made him climb the tree up above. That's when he spotted the unseen and the unheard. There was a ritual taking place in the night. Figures in long gowns marched with burning mashals, their flickering flames casting eerie shadows. Though hidden in the dark, he watched in fear, knowing he had stumbled upon something he was never meant to see. Mysterious activity. A man was passing through a remote area when he saw something strange. A group of people in dark robes stood around a circle of lights. In the middle, something was placed, glowing in the flickering flames. They moved slowly, as if performing a ritual. Fortunately, they didn't notice the guy. The place was silent except for the sound of fire and low whispers. It felt like something secret was happening. The man didn't wait to find out. He quickly left, not wanting to stay any longer and to be caught by the strange men. Cursed night. A man walking near a cemetery late at night stumbled upon a terrifying sight. A group of hooded figures stood in a circle, chanting in a strange language. In the dim light, eerie symbols were drawn on the ground, and a fire flickered in the center. The man, hidden behind a tree, recorded everything. Suddenly, one of the figures turned, as if sensing his presence. The man panicked and ran, but his video was later uploaded, shocking everyone. Some believe it was just a staged act, while others think he witnessed a real ritual. To this day, no one knows what happened to those involved, or if the man who recorded it was ever truly safe after that night. Terrifying chase. A late-night food run turned into a nightmare when a driver pulled up near a store and noticed something unsettling. A clown stood against the stone wall, holding a bunch of balloons and a sign that read, "Free Hugs." His mask was emotionless, his stare empty. For a moment, the driver just watched, confused and uneasy. But then, without warning, the clown rushed toward the car. Panic set in as the driver quickly accelerated, speeding away. No one knows why the clown was there or what he wanted, but after that night, he was never seen again. Unidentified being.
Come on, go, 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 go!
A group of friends found themselves lost in a deserted area, unsure which way to go. Just as they tried to figure out a route, a tall figure appeared in the middle of the road. Its face wasn't visible, and it stood unnervingly still. Then, without warning, it started walking toward their car. Slow, deliberate steps, closing the distance. Panic set in, and without wasting a second, they threw the car into reverse and sped away.
Oh my God.
What is it?
Scary discovery. While hunting pythons in the Florida Everglades, Mike Kimmel, known as the Python Cowboy, stumbled upon something terrifying. Inside an abandoned rocket testing facility, he found eerie signs of ritual activity. Scattered around were baby dolls with their eyes removed, inverted crosses, and Latin graffiti in red paint. The facility was once run by Jack Parsons, a scientist known for his occult practices. Some believe rituals are still secretly performed there. Kimmel quickly left, but questions remained. Who was behind these strange markings? Was it just graffiti or something far darker? The Everglades may hide more secrets than just invasive snakes. Midnight horror. What was supposed to be a simple drive home took a terrifying turn. While driving back after a late-night party, a group of friends noticed something strange ahead. A clown standing in the middle of the road, holding a viper. Fear gripped them, but the driver did something unexpected. Instead of driving away, he stepped out, grabbed a stick, and struck the clown, pushing him aside. Without wasting another second, he rushed back to the car, started it in a panic, and they sped away. Whatever that clown wanted, they weren't going to stay and find out.
Fuck! Oh my god! Shit!
Unsolved mystery. A group of boys spotted a clown standing by the roadside, holding balloons. He slowly started walking toward their car, but they chose to ignore him and kept driving. It seemed like just another strange encounter, until later. No one ever figured out where the clown had come from, or where he disappeared to. No reports, no sightings, just an eerie mystery that left more questions than answers. Dark Watcher. A truck driver was making his usual route when something unusual caught his eye. A strange figure crouched by the roadside, its face either masked or unnaturally distorted. It wasn't moving, just watching, as if waiting for something. No normal person would sit alone in the dark like that, miles away from any town. The driver didn't stop, but the image of that eerie figure stayed with him. What was it doing there? No one ever found out. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Late night travel can be exciting, but for one tourist in Peru, it became a memory he'd never forget. While driving, he spotted a man in a suit standing in the middle of the road, holding a briefcase. Before he could react, another man emerged from the fields, then another. Within moments, multiple figures appeared, all dressed the same, each carrying a briefcase. His unease grew as he noticed distant red lights flickering. Realization hit. This wasn't normal. It looked like a satanic ritual. Fear took over, and without a second thought, he sped away, never looking back.